Hello and welcome to a parental support maths session brought to you by the Kemnall Academy Trust. My name is Rhiannon Balfour and I'm a lead practitioner. Today I'm going to lead you through some strategies and background information about division in Year 2 so that you have the confidence to support your child as they move through primary school. If you'd like to gain knowledge about the step before this, please do watch the Division in Year 1 session. Division as grouping moves on from the step in Year 1 called sharing into groups. Please go to the Year 1 video to see this step. Here, division is shown as grouping. In the concrete example, the child is solving 10 divided by 2. Rather than share the 10 objects into 2 groups, the child is grouping the 10 objects into groups of 2. Once all cubes are in a group of 2, they can then count how many groups of 2 they have made to work out that 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. Moving on to working pictorially, here we have 10 forks and they have been put into groups of 2. There are 5 groups. Children could also represent cubes or forks with crosses or circles if they are able to draw images themselves. They would start by drawing 10 circles or crosses, then, as in the forks example, group them below in 2s. Children might then be able to imagine grouping small numbers of objects in their head and would be able to solve these problems mentally. Bar models and part-whole models are the concept of how numbers can be split into parts. Children using this model will see the relationship between the whole number and the component parts. This helps learners make the connections between multiplication and division. These models will help children learn that multiplication is the inverse of division. In other words, they are opposites, and vice versa. Children will have then used these models before when learning how to add and subtract. In the concrete example with cubes, the children can clearly see that 9 is the whole. There are 9 cubes in the box representing the whole. Next to the whole, there are 3 parts. Because we are dividing, these parts must be equal. The children can then physically move the cubes into the parts, sharing them equally, which links back to the Year 1 method, sharing objects into groups. They will work out that each part has 3 cubes, therefore 9 divided by 3 is equal to 3. Children may then represent this pictorially, either by drawing cubes in a part-whole model, or, as in the example above, they may draw a bar model. If they see 9 is the whole and there are 3 boxes below, they may share out dots or immediately recall that 3 times 3 is 9. Therefore, 9 divided by 3 is equal to 3. This means children are drawing on their knowledge of the inverse relationship, and that is where we want them to get to, so that they can solve problems mentally. It is also important to note that arrays are a good way of solving division alongside multiplication. The multiplication video for Year 2 explains this in more detail. It is important to highlight that when using part-whole models and bar models with multiplication and division, the parts are of equal value, as this is different to how these models are used for addition and subtraction. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it helps support your child at home.